This is God Off Topic.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jason.
I'm Neisha. We talk about everything from Disney movies
To blowjobs.
And everything in between. Hopefully we don't offend.
We probably will.
This is
God Off Topic.
We're back. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
All right.
All right. Let's hit it hard. How's everybody doing?
That's an okay wine. That was the first time I tried it.
Anisha's cheering with wine tonight.
Yeah.
You
like it?
It's a little sweeter than I like my reds. But it's good. I like them super dry.
Okay.
Typically,
You want to try?
No. I have this beer here as well. Double fisted.
You got a beer and a wine.
I have a whiskey by the end of this.
I do still have one ginger beer in your fridge.
How do you do
that? I'm looking forward to.
Next podcast.
To breaking into. Yeah.
All right. So, what's our topic for today?
Topic today. If you were the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
Okay, we'll save our jokes for when we get save when we get to the topic.
You know we're all going with that, but let's.
Everybody would say pee.
I would pee sitting down.
I would pee standing
see,
up.
that's the thing with
I
us.
would
We
pee
can
on
actually.
the bush. I would go camping all the time.
We can do that now. We can.
I can do either one.
Yeah, I can too, and it's.
I mean,
gotta be difficult
I guess
for women
technically
to
I could
pee
too,
standing
but it'd
up.
be a little. They make a like a cup for that.
Really?
Yeah, I have to figure out what it's called. But yeah, it's like it's got a cup with like a little.
So it's got a cup?
It's got like a little cup. You just like I don't know. I've never used one before, and I haven't actually seen one in person. I don't know if you have to hold it or if it somehow sticks to you. But it's got like a little cup that just kind of makes.
You still have to do some sort of squatting action, or is it just
No. You
up?
just put it right there, and then you just pee, and you're standing up, and it's got like a little, so it just goes.
It's got a little what?
Oh, there's a news station in town that does a Will It Work Wednesday. I think we need to do a Will It Work segment on that particular product niche. If you can, help us out with that.
Will It Work Wednesday?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Another local station in town.
I mean, I'm saying because I would be curious to see it.
I'm asking if you could see if Will It Work, and we could do our own segment on this particular product.
Oh, so you want me to get one and
yes.
try it out? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I'll Alexa it for you if you want me to, if they have it on Amazon.
Hold on, I'm looking up right now. But let's get into our
Oddball news.
Our oddball news of the
and
day.
I'll get back to you.
You want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
All right, I got my copy out again. My old analog 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Here we go.
Wow.
All right, this story is actually from England.
Let me just say, I like the big font so that it's easy to read for old guys.
I have to have a big font. I have to space out the lines.
That's good, though.
I have to make sure that the title is highlighted so I can. And I also had to go through and cross out stuff that's unimportant because I can't edit on the fly.
You prepare ahead of time.
You edit it and everything.
I edit it, all that stuff
before it goes to copy.
Unlike me, I'm just like, I don't think any of the rest of this is important.
I actually prep.
I don't think I'm going to read the rest of this. I've run out of steam.
I think I'm done with this one.
All right, here we go. England.
What year?
You know what? I think it's pretty recent, actually. Let's call it 2011. 2011.
England. 2011.
England, 2011. Headline here. Man convicted after having sex with a mailbox.
How would you...
Well, here we go. Okay.
It happens.
A man in England has been stamped as a sex offender after being found guilty of having sex with a mailbox.
You two and your goddamn puns and your damn stories.
Hey, these people that write these articles are genius.
God.
I mean, that's
They're
great.
The best writers is what I have to say.
Absolutely.
They're the best
dry
stories.
humor.
The guy's name is Paul Bennett, 45.
Oh, we're calling him out.
We're calling this guy out.
We've done that before.
But this guy's name we can actually pronounce. Paul Bennett, 45. Difference. He's probably normal height.
Well, this story sucks.
Well, I'm sorry. I know I'm getting away from the theme here, but he pleaded guilty on 2 counts of indecent exposure and using threatening and abusive words with abusive behavior. The plea stemmed from a September incident where he attempted to have sex with a mailbox in a public area. Witnesses told the court they saw Bennett pull down his pants in a shopping arcade and start to publicly perform a sexual act on himself. That he walked over to a postbox and started to make sexual advances toward it. He said
this is a real good-looking mailbox.
Yeah, he reportedly rubbed himself against the mailbox while holding his hands in the air. Witnesses said he kept shouting "wow" during the mailbox masturbation.
I just want to know what the mailbox was wearing and if it was asking for it.
We'll have to look up some.
It's the mailbox's fault going out dressed like that. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Is this mailbox going to be part of the Me Too movement after this?
I could probably sign up for it.
Neisha, you weren't here for our Me Too movement speak.
No.
Yeah, a great episode on Me Too. Actually, I
thought that was a pretty good one. Yeah.
Check it out, episode 19.
Even if it was lacking in Neisha.
That's
not worth listening to.
That's probably why it works.
It's not
so
worth
well.
it. No.
You think about it. Okay, back to my story. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was subtle.
It took both of us a second.
I was like, wait, I think you just dogged Neisha.
No.
It took both of us a good second to figure out what you just said there.
Well,
did
actually,
yes, he did this, Neisha.
Touché, sir. But
You can't put one over our heads,
well,
buddy.
I deserve that. I deserve it. It's only your second show back, so. After he finished, ooh, poor mailbox. He pulled up his pants and started swinging on a lamppost. I know that's what I tend to do when I'm finished. I tend to get all excited.
I break all the lamps in my bedroom.
Typically, I take a nap. This guy's swinging on the lamppost. Police later found
I'm just getting started.
Police later found that he exposed himself in front of another store. And when officers approached him, he drunkenly shouted and swore at them. This guy's attorney told the court during his...
Postmaster General.
He told the court he realizes his client's behavior left witnesses ashamed, disgusted, and upset.
But he had the right. The man loved the mailbox.
His attorney said, "My client accepts that. Clearly, there are issues that need to be addressed." Yes, clearly.
My client accepts that.
So the court ordered Bennett to undergo alcohol treatment and pay $75 to the woman who witnessed the mailbox sex session. He will also now have to register as a sex offender. That's kind of what I have a problem with.
He has to go to every
it's
post office and let them know that he lives in the neighborhood.
But it's like public indecency, though, isn't like I understand that part.
I mean, yeah, he should
$75 to a random woman that just so happened to see you. I mean, I know might be traumatized, but I think she was also.
Are people that are in need of money going to start?
You'd probably want $75 if you ever saw a penis.
I would want more than that.
What if it was in a mailbox?
Well, I probably didn't see it if it was in a mailbox.
What if he was just wasn't intending to show you? He was just doing something on his own, but you happened to catch a glimpse of it. Was $75 suffice?
I probably, if that happened to me, I probably wouldn't say anything about it. I would just go, and I'd probably tell my friends later. But it's not newsworthy to me.
Probably.
Don't hit up the news for that. Don't sue somebody for that.
It's Oddball newsworthy.
It's Oddball
newsworthy.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
And actually a story from England, which I don't know. Have we had many of those? They're mostly from Germany. So
mostly from Germany.
So don't bang mailboxes.
Moral of the story.
You're going to be charged $75 and have to register as a sex offender. If you're going to have to register as a sex offender and pay a fine, I'd look for other things to do. Don't do that.
Go and watch porn like everybody else. Jason?
Okay. Yes, exactly. Watch some mailbox porn.
Mailbox. I'm sure it's up there.
Like you kind of look like R2-D2.
Sexy.
Yeah.
That actually would work in our world.
It would. Yeah. We have fetishes. All right. So my newsball story. I believe it comes from Ireland. Woman marries pirate ghost. Says the sex is out of this world. That's the spirit. It's got to be British. It's got to be from Great Britain.
I mean, these reporters. It's great.
A mom of 5 has married the ghost of a 300-year-old Haitian pirate. Oh, that's why it's Haitian.
Oh, yeah.
And claims that they're enjoying the best sex she's ever had, according to a report. I told him I wasn't really cool with having casual sex with a spirit, and I wanted us to make a proper commitment to each other. Irish woman Amanda Teague, 45, told The Sun. If I'm going to be in a long-term relationship with somebody, I have the right to be married. The nutty newlywed said she first met Jack the Ghost in 2014 when he joined her in bed one night. Teague is a former Captain Jack Sparrow impersonator, and it says her new hubby, a freebooter who was executed in the 1700s, also looks like the Pirates of the Caribbean character. See, I'm trying to read this like a news person. Like one of those ditzy morning show guys. Good morning, LA.
Good morning, LA.
He is black.
It's 4 o'clock.
So he is not the same color as Johnny Depp. But he is dark-skinned and has very dark jet black hair. So he tells me, she told the Sun, so she's never seen him. Despite the fact that Jack has been dead since the 18th century, the couple have a normal relationship, she claims, going out on date night, to restaurants, and the cinema, which are a real bargain when only half of the couple needs to a meal or a seat.
That's that family discount.
That's not your problem, Mike. Well, you should have married somebody. You should have married a ghost. And the sex is much deeper than with a corporeal partner.
What?
She says the only difference with having a sexual relationship with a spirit is obviously that sense of touch goes a lot deeper. Teague told the paper. You can feel the weight of the spirit, their touch, their presence. You can literally feel the physical act of what the spirit is doing to you, and the spirit can feel it too. Aww.
Hearts.
The couple were married in a boat in international waters, which meant that the wedding was legal, according to the British tabloid. A skull and crossbones flag subbed in for Jack. And a human medium said his vows and replacing his ring on a candle. Some people are going to say I'm a nut job, but obviously anyone who knows me has a different view. I'm not an airy fairy at all, she tells the paper.
Fairy.
Teague is one of many Brits who claim that enjoying banging banshees, 27-year-old English women, Amethyst Realm revealed last month. She's shagged no less than 20 separate apparitions. And that's my story.
No, she's
part of a group of
20 apparition bangers. This person's a whore.
Yeah.
A whore when it comes to spirit in the spirit world.
Oh, no. There was another way. A 27-year-old English lady named Amethyst Realm.
That's the whore.
Yeah. She shagged 20 spirits. She's not a one-spirit woman. Yeah.
Over how long? 20 spirits in 20 days type thing?
As quick as she could get them.
Wow.
I wonder if she had any dwarfs.
And is every pirate named Jack?
Evidently.
Or every impersonator named Jack? Or every pirate based on Jack Sparrow?
I think so.
No. I mean, it shouldn't be. But I think it is now.
You know, man, I feel like you're making fun of this deep love that this woman has with her pirate's apparition. And I don't like it.
Well, it's. I feel bad for her. What she said she had 5 kids. Feel bad for her kids.
It's a fucking out of kids. I feel bad. I mean,
my God, what did she say? Oh,
where's your stepdad? He's here. He's right next to me. What are you? Apparitionist?
Apparitionist.
Oh my goodness.
It's a word for everything.
There's a word for everything. If you just put "ist" on the end of it.
Those are some kids that are going to probably turn out interesting when they get older.
Yes, for sure. Especially.
But I've never seen my daddy.
Those kids may not have some of the fond memories that we had that we brought up on the last episode. So.
Yeah. We should interview them one day.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
All right. Well, there's our 2 oddball news stories for the day.
Interesting. I mean, it's good to get away from Germany every once in a while. I'm sure we'll be back.
Those names are a little harder to pronounce than...
Yeah, actually, you know what? We've been able to pronounce a lot of the names lately.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
All right, shall we get to our topic?
Our topic.
What is it again?
Mike, what is our topic?
What are we talking about?
If you could be the opposite gender for one day, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but before Mike jumps into this, we're going to go ahead and say... We're going to try and attempt to do this as a non-sexual topic, Mike. So
yes,
we all know what Mike would be doing all day long.
I think it's not just me. I don't speak for Neisha, but I speak for you and I, Jay.
I take it for a spin.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get this out of the way. We would bang everybody possible, everyone possible, use every toy possible, play with ourselves all day. Anyway, well, I don't know. This is only a day. We got a lot to do in a day.
A day goes by fast.
I know. So we'd have a lot to
You
do
have
in
to
24
prioritize
hours.
your time a little
That's not
bit.
what I do.
So,
What would you do? What would you do,
I
Jay?
try on clothes.
I do 2 dudes at the same time.
dudes at the same
you
time.
You would see what it feel like to wear skinny jeans without seeing the bulge in the front.
I don't see the bulge now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is this bulge you're talking about? The skinny jeans? Is that where your keys are?
All right, so we're getting that out the way
dare
because
you.
I think everybody that hears this topic is thinking the same thing we are.
Yes.
Yes.
But we're
So
going to take it the...
we're going to get that out the way.
Yes.
Besides that, if you could be the opposite gender for a day, what would you do?
Neisha.
No, I asked you first.
You didn't ask me anything. This
I
is
said
Mike's
Jason.
topic.
Jason.
Oh, you did?
I did say Jason.
This is a topic that could go on for a long time because my first instinct is to say stuff like, I wonder how I'd feel if I was a woman. Like if I, after work, at the end of your shift, if you're walking back to your car and it's dark, would you feel would you feel nervous walking to your car in a dark parking garage, or like I don't know if that's just a standard woman thing, or as you said, like, well, I'll wait for you to say yours before I say the other one. I'd walk by a construction site to see if I got whistled at.
Yeah.
It would be interesting, like, if you were an attractive woman to walk around, to be gawked at all day and checked out. Because I don't know if women do it, but if they do, they're a lot more sly about it than guys. Because I can just, watch guys.
Oh, they do it.
I can just see guys checking out girls I just look at it, but I never notice a woman checking out a guy. I never notice it.
Girls do it too. You just don't notice, yeah.
It's probably because they're always behind me looking at me. That's why I never see it.
Checking out that ass.
Checking out this
Checking out
ass.
that ass.
That's where I'm always looking.
Donk. Trying to smash the homie. It would just be an all around.
I forgot what I was.
Well, you were going to say.
Say it. We can talk about it at the same time.
Going to a job interview to see how you
Ask
get
for
treated.
a raise.
That's
Remember
right.
you mentioned that?
It'd be interesting to see if you're taken seriously as a woman as you would be as a guy or whatever, and if the sexual harassment aspect is there. I'd try to get in a movie, see if I got harassed.
Yeah. Well, that actually, one of the biggest, because I come from an audio engineering background, and it is very much a male-heavy field, and so I deal with comments that kind of annoy me a lot, even just at my current job. It's like people don't believe what I say, and I'm very curious to know that if I was a guy and I was coming up with these same comments about these same issues, if people would question me like they do, or if they would just take me seriously. Because in my current job, we have a couple other people on different shifts. They don't have the background that I do, but and I know for a fact the rest of that, before us, the people that were in this position did not have the same experience as I do. You just get trained-ish to do the job, and you do it. So I'm like, well, is it just because people know that people in this position don't have the knowledge, or is it because I'm a girl that I'm coming up to them? I know one of our head engineers has finally started taking me seriously, because I have talked to him about technical stuff many times, and so he started knowing it. But I'm just like, if I was a guy and I brought up the small things that I bring up, would people just blow me off like they do, or would they actually take me seriously? I've been very curious about that recently.
What else would you do?
What else would I do?
Is there anything else?
Well, I kind of cut you off just there.
No. I mean, it's just there's so many things. Mike would be really interesting to see as a parent, as
absolutely,
as a mother instead of a father.
Yeah, how
you'd have to
does my
breastfeed,
daughter
first of all.
react to me as a mom? Instead of dad. I know, she has a different relationship with her than she does with me. They're both good relationships, but they're different.
Right.
You might be a little closer to mom when it comes to various things, and closer to me when it comes to other things. But it'd be interesting to see that from the other side.
Right.
If Maddie had 2 mommies.
Oh, that'd be cute.
I guess she would
That'd be-
For a day.
That'd be real cute.
But you bring up a good point about walking to the car and doing stuff just going for a jog.
Going for a jog.
walk,
I dated somebody that said she'd been followed home before.
Would you worry about everybody looking at you differently?
Yeah.
I mean, I know women have to deal with that, unfortunately, but if you're actually in their shoes, would you start noticing that more? Like, dude, what's that dude looking at? I'm just trying to walk over here or something. And that is unfortunate for women because, guys can kind of go do whatever the hell they want. If we want to go on a jog or go on a walk or do whatever, that's not even in our mind, to worry about that. Women deal with that all the time. They're like, oh, shit, is somebody going to, give me some shit or whatever? Or, like you said, gawk at them or something. Yeah. That would be interesting, though, being a woman for a day. It would be interesting to see. Well, I hope people gawk at me.
For a day.
For a day, right?
For a
right,
day. Yeah.
Right. But again, I don't deal with we don't deal with that all the really at all. But
yeah.
And it's unfortunate that women have to put up with that a lot. But that would be something that would be more on your mind, where guys can do things now, they don't think twice about it. Mm-hmm. Women have, if they were to do a lot of those same things, they constantly think about it.
Yeah, like I mentioned, like when we were talking about all this sexual harassment stuff, I am not like a typical woman. I don't, like, it's not super obvious to me when things happen that shouldn't be taking place. Like, because I blow a lot of things off. But I will say, if I'm ever, especially if it's in the evening time, like if it's dark outside, or if I'm by myself, I very much, and I to preface this, I've never dealt with any bad circumstances. I've never had to go through any bad experiences, but I always think about putting my keys between my knuckles. Yeah. I think about it every single, even when I go to work really early. As soon as I close my apartment door and lock it, I think about keeping my keys between my knuckles. It happens every morning. I've never had a bad experience. I just think about it every morning.
Can you imagine that, Jay? It's never even entered our mind.
Yeah.
And that's with anything. Going, like I said, going on a jog, going on a walk, going to your car in the middle of the night, I
don't know if you two being a woman for a day would make you think about that stuff. Just for one day, I still don't think you would think about that stuff. It would have to be a little bit longer term for you to come up with the quote unquote scary aspects of being a woman. But there's plenty of time, like, ways to have fun with it.
Well, yeah.
That way, for one day, you could figure out a way to have fun. You wouldn't be scared for one day.
That is interesting.
So you say.
Well, I have fun with it. And I'm living in the long term, so. So one thing I would do if I was a dude, especially if I stayed white like I am.
I don't think that's going to change. You're not a kid anymore.
Oh, boy.
I'm not out in the sun as much as I used to be. Yeah. One thing I would do is I would walk straight up to someone with a now hiring sign on the front door, and I'd be like, I would like a job, please. And just see what happens. Being a white male, would I get a job?
Like right off the bat.
Just like right off the bat.
I mean, that's a different type of topic. Like if you're an ethnicity for a day.
Yeah. Well, people struggle with my name.
That's another good topic. That's a whole other show right there.
Yeah. Well, you know how there have been studies that if people have ethnic sounding names on their resume, they're less likely to get a callback, right? So I never thought about it before. It was probably a couple of years ago, 27, 28. I was 27, 28. I don't necessarily have a white sounding name, right? My twin brother actually brought this up. He was like, do you think that because I was having trouble finding a job at one point, I was like sending out a lot of resumes and nobody was calling me back. And he's like, do you think it's because of your name? Because this was shortly after a popular, well, I don't know if anybody else saw it, but it very much came up in my like Facebook newsfeed, and I was seeing it on the blogs that I follow and stuff. It was this person, I think it was a black male, had a very black name, and then decided to take off just one letter of his name and send out resumes. And then his name now started sounding white, and all of a sudden he started getting all these callbacks. And I was like, holy shit, I had never thought about this before. Because I got jokes all the time growing up that are you black? Like, is she black? Like, all these jokes about being black.
It's so funny because I never thought about it.
I always thought of that
Russian.
Yeah, I think it's technically Indian, depending. Like, I mean, my name, the spelling is a little bit off, but yeah, I get the black jokes all the time. So I think about that constantly now. Every time I send out a resume, every time. Well, I don't think about it so much when I'm like meeting people or like friends talk to me to other people. I never think about it, but like anybody I'm dating, if they talk about me to their families, it never fails. They're like, "You're dating a black girl?"
Yeah, I've never thought. Have you thought?
I've never.
Yeah, no, never fails. It happens every time. Yeah. So I constantly wonder about that, but that has nothing to do with the gender thing. It's just a.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's no way I could shorten my name to make it sound less ethnic.
Niche. Or
me.
You're just
like,
gonna
what
have
is
to
that
change.
Gonna do?
You're just gonna have to change.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about going by my middle name, but there's no way I would ever go by
Sarah.
It's not my middle name. It's not my middle name.
Topic: what is Neisha's middle name? Let's just guess.
Yeah, please comment below what it should. What should it be?
What do you think it is?
What would be a good name for Neisha's?
Penelope.
What's her new resume name?
Yeah, what should I go by in my resume, and can I legally get away with it? Because I feel like if HR, they would take the name. Well, I guess you have to fill out paperwork later. Brienne.
Well, that is whiter.
It's super white.
It's definitely whiter.
Brienne.
Yeah.
Brienne is super white.
It's almost like uppity white.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe,
and for the longest time, I never told anybody my middle name because it made me feel like I was 10 years old for the rest of my life. But now I'm just over it, so I'll tell people.
You didn't used to like to tell people your middle name either. I asked him, he didn't want to tell me.
I don't recall that, but maybe I don't remember ever.
I remember asking you what your last name, and you're like,
Why we're talking about it?
Now I.
Well, I mean, it's a very Texan middle name.
Wayne.
Nolan.
Nolan.
Like Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, is that
very Texan middle name?
No, actually named after
just
my
great
grandfather.
Okay.
Is his name. But yeah, I mean Nolan's pretty. I mean, you say Nolan.
It has a Texan name.
Yeah.
He was a pitcher for the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, Texas Rangers, Astros.
And Texas Rangers.
Is he an owner of the
I think he's
Round Rock
now.
Express?
Oh, really?
I think the family owns it somehow.
He's got something to do with it. He's always down.
I know his son Reed is the GM or the president of the Astros now.
Is he?
I think.
Oh, cool.
Nolan is still involved somehow with the Rangers, Texas Rangers. But.
Here's a little off-topic jaunt of sports.
For a while. We've been off topic for a while.
It's going to be outdated soon, but the last week was the Super Bowl. It was a sad day for me because my boys lost, my Patriots, to the Eagles, which it wasn't it was weird. I wasn't really devastated by it because we'd won so many damn Super Bowls. I was like, well, at least the Eagles hadn't won one ever. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking.
Lost. I'm sorry. I felt bad because I noticed your text got real quiet for a while, and I was like, "Do I need to go get him a hug?"
When you mentioned, because I
was fine
when the Patriots made it in. I think I even
like go Pats
on your Facebook, but
because we were assuming it was going to be the Vikings. We were going to wager.
I was hoping.
She's from Minnesota.
So I'm not from Minnesota.
You have Minnesota ties.
It's my second home.
I was rooting for Philadelphia. I mean, and that's hard to say as a Cowboys fan. But
I know, and that's like your division.
But I mean, come on, man. The Patriots. Tom. He's going to get a sixth one.
Yeah,
he's going to get
next year.
But
next year.
I mean, come on,
Philly, Tom.
They need to win that. And the fact that you had an Austinite as quarterback.
Oh yeah, Westlake. Yeah, that was pretty big. That was
for
pretty
big. For the Eagles. The second.
Okay, all right. That wasn't what I wanted to talk about.
And real quick, the winning touch, I think it was the winning touchdown, right? Was a play that he did back in high school.
Oh, that one. I don't know if it was the winning touchdown.
You talking about the one where he caught the touchdown? That was the
just
close up the second.
I thought I could contribute.
I thought it was just to stick it to Tom Brady.
Conversation,
Tom Brady doesn't exactly have fast feet.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I guess it might not have been the winning one, but yeah,
one of the touchdowns,
caught a touchdown or something. Football.
That was a great
whatever.
play, actually.
Moving on.
By the way,
back to what would you do?
I know.
It was all right.
It's funny. I saw it when the Super Bowl matchups came out a while back.
Not back to what would you do?
I saw a.
I didn't even get to my question.
I know, that's what I'm saying. What would you do?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
When the Super Bowl was first announced, who's playing in the Super Bowl? They had a chart in the. You said, fans who are rooting for New England, and it had a whole U.S. map, and it was up in that Boston, Maine area, and then it was Dallas,
and then
everything else was green for Philadelphia. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
but no, I'm glad Philly won. Good for Philly. I mean, been a long time coming. They've had some good teams in the past, and hey,
what do they do with Foles now?
The NFC East is the only division in football that can beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
That's true. We're that good.
Between the Giants,
we still almost. I mean, if our defense didn't even show up, and we still almost won that game.
Oh yeah,
anyway.
I mean that was a great game, and one of the defenses needed to make something happen, and Philly did at the end there when they stripped the ball from Brady. But man, that was a great game, and you had a Prince tribute at halftime. I mean, come on,
terrible halftime show, awful.
At least they had a Prince tribute.
It was terrible,
and it was Minneapolis, so it was a great place to do it.
JT did not bring his game. It was a terrible.
He's restricted
awful.
by what he has to work with there.
He had to play it too.
I remember sitting with you on the couch when we
saw that.
We saw that. Yeah,
like, holy, is that Janet Jackson's nipple?
And really,
that was 14 years ago. That's how long we've known each other.
Wow, and I didn't think it was that bad at the time.
I didn't either. Like she had
something over it. I mean, and I'm sorry, that was no slip. That was done.
No, he clearly ripped.
And
she didn't. If your nipple was accidentally exposed, you would go.
Well, and why? She had a pasty.
And she had a pasty on it.
She wouldn't have prepared for that. That was planned, and I think because of the
fact that they're still denying it.
The backlash they got over it, they had to make up some bullshit story.
Yeah.
But,
there was an accident. I was reaching for something else, and I got caught.
Like you said, I remember sitting with you on the couch watching that, and I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was fine.
I thought it was fine too. I enjoyed it.
Well, I was 10 years younger than y'all at the time that I saw it, and
14 years ago, you were what, 15?
I didn't think anything of it.
16?
Yeah, about then.
So my question was...
I'm sorry. Listen.
One of the Patriots' offensive coordinators...
Oh, we're still on sports, okay.
...was supposed to go to the Indianapolis Colts.
Still.
He had an agreement. This was my actual question before Mike had to go root for the damn Eagles for like 10 minutes. Cowboy fan, my ass.
For now. Wait, season starts again in September, so we'll wait till then.
So, how do you feel about that though? Like he basically accepted the job. He said, "I want you to hire these guys." He went to Foxborough to clean out his desk, and while he was there, Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick were like, "Hey, we don't want you to go. Let's sweeten out your deal." And Bill Belichick basically said, "I'm going to show you exactly how I do everything, and then you're going to become the heir apparent." And then he, like, literally, they were supposed to have were supposed to have a press conference that day introducing him as the coach. And he called the guy up and he's like, "Hey, I got some bad news. I'm not coming."
Yeah, I mean,
like, he got ripped for it. And I was like,
I think it's fine.
I do too.
He never signed a contract.
He did not sign a contract.
He was, the thing is, It's not like one of those hires that you think, oh man, this is going to be great for this coordinator. Right. When I heard about it, I'm like, yeah, Josh McDaniels, he's going to Indianapolis. They don't even know if
Andrew Luck is
even going to be healthy. And Josh McDaniels has been a head coach before, and he hasn't been successful.
Terrible with Denver, right?
He has only been successful in New England.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is not really that good of a move. So then when it came out that he wasn't going to do it, I'm like, well, that's smart. He needs to stay in New England. He's probably going to be the coach eventually.
Keep learning. He'll already be comfortable.
Yeah. And, he's still got Brady for another year or two.
Yeah.
So, he's going to be fine. So I didn't have a problem with it. Now, I'm sure everybody in Indianapolis had a problem with it. But you know what? It is what it is. The fact that they can trade players on a whim,
right,
and players can come and go. You know what? If coaches do that, so what? And I hate that people get a lot of grief about it.
Yeah.
Because obviously years ago you had LeBron James when he left.
I was going to go. I was going to go into the Cleveland stuff.
And he went to he had the. Now what I didn't like is the way he did. He had the whole Sports Center special on it. And he had like 4 or 5 teams
about it.
Yeah, and he was trying to. Okay,
I'm going to take my talents to Miami.
Yeah, and so I didn't care for the way he did that, but. And then eventually, he came back to Cleveland, obviously, and hell, he might be leaving again. Who knows? But players do that. Coaches, it's the business. And then you have a guy like, and this is when it really hit me a couple weeks ago. Blake Griffin for the
got traded to Detroit
for the LA Clippers.
Yeah,
he was a free agent this past summer.
Yeah,
and the Clippers management ownership, they put on this big circus for him to stay. So he signed a max deal extension to stay there. They had a whole fake retirement ceremony for his jersey because he's going to be a Clipper for life, and he was willing to do that. Nobody wants to plug and play for the Clippers.
Yeah,
but he did it. He was going to do that. And what happens?
And then
he
they
gets traded. I mean, come on. So, I mean, that happens in sports. It's a business. I mean, you don't want to look at it that way, but it is, unfortunately. And I know we've rambled on this niche. We've lost.
What do you think about the Cleveland trade? Like, do you think they're much better now?
I think they're better. Yeah.
Like, everybody's saying they're the favorite in the East again.
The problem now is, though, it's going to take a week or 2 or 3 for their chemistry.
Right,
I mean, you usually have training camp to do that.
Neisha is not down with this topic.
No, this is now, this is now a sports show.
I could go home and just sleep, or I could
okay, all right, no more sports.
No more sports. All right, well, we got back to getting off topic because our topic, which I actually forgot, was you could be the opposite gender for.
I forgot we hadn't even finished it.
What would you do? So,
did you think of something
getting
else in your
back
silence?
On topic?
Yes,
more.
please.
I figured out what that little pea cup is called.
Oh,
and
that was what we were wondering.
The whole time you were on
the whole time
sports?
I was like, I wonder if Neisha is researching this peak up thing while we're talking.
No, I was texting people who have things to talk to me about other than sports. Anyway,
so the female hockey team, U.S. hockey team,
are they playing?
I bet you want to talk about that, Neisha.
I mean, I don't know who the players are.
Would you like to talk about Lindsey Vonn?
Back to
she's pretty.
She is pretty. Back to our subject. It's called the Go Girl, and this is what it looks like.
Huh. It looks like a...
Hold on, let me blow this picture up so you old eyes can see it.
It looks like a
funnel.
It looks like a tiny
fits
urinal.
to your body. Here, look.
Like a cup.
Does it keep everything inside? Is it like a cup that stores the pee?
It doesn't store it. It just like makes it easier to flow out.
Yeah,
so you can pee standing
like
up. Yeah.
A urinal that you use like
it's kind of an erotic photo, Neisha. I'm not gonna.
That is wow.
I just want you to know.
Can I clearly say she has? She's
very trim.
She's shaving.
Okay, that's photoshopped. But also...
No, that's the standard for these days, Niche.
But also, I just wanted you to know,
I'm telling you, if Jay and I were the opposite sex, we'd be...
I'd live in Brazil.
If I showed you this picture, you would not know how it was
landing
used.
Strip?
So I showed you that picture so you can know how it was used.
I think a landing strip.
I might do it all, get rid of it all for like a day.
I mean, that's all we got. We better take
one
advantage
day,
of it.
I'd probably just go all in. Or all off.
I mean, what do you think all the men we're going to be after want?
I mean, I kind of feel like fully shaved is the new norm. I've been out of the game for a while, so I don't.
I've been
really
out of the game too, so I don't know what norm is.
Niche.
No comment. I don't want to talk about that.
I was just curious, like, if not even like people you've been with because you've been in a relationship for a while, but in your community, is shaved more common than not shaved?
I mean, I can't say it's something that comes up in regular conversation or like at all in my group of friends. But
you guys don't talk about your pubic.
Even though you almost had a foursome a while back.
We did not talk about pubic hair.
Okay,
no.
well, it would have gone there eventually. Next time, go through with it.
No, I don't think you would have gone there. I think you just find out from being in the situation what the hair situation is like.
Yeah, like, hey, look, I'm shaved. Good.
Hey, look.
Landing strip.
Oh, hey. Oh, look at that design. Look at that cute little design. I
did a Prince thing in the tribute.
Oh, God.
This is my tribute to Prince.
Yeah, I did the symbol, and I dyed my hair purple. Like, as you do.
As you would do.
As you would. Just drink your wine. All right. So, what else would we do opposite gender?
It's funny, we have an opposite gender topic where you and I are supposed to be women.
And then we start talking about
We just
sports.
had a sports talk for the last 5 minutes.
That Neisha was totally bored by.
Yeah, so this is, this isn't working out for us, but...
You're not doing a great job of focusing on being the opposite gender.
Well, I think when we got away from what we would mainly do, it's hard for us to think about other things we would do.
I can say, so I grew up as quite the tomboy, so it's easy for me to sort of think about a little bit about what I would do, mainly when I was little. I don't have no desire in being a dude right now. But one thing that I really wanted to do when I was little, but nobody allowed me to, was play football. I don't like football now. I have no desire to play it, mainly because... fuck Major League Sports. But That's a whole other topic, and that's one reason I zone out so hard when y'all start talking about this, because I will rant. That is a huge rant.
What do you think you're going to have with the Spurs, Mike?
We're not going in this. No. But I wanted, when I was little, and money and politics and XYZ was all not a part, it was just a fun game to play. I wanted to play football, and I had a best friend who was also a girl in junior high. We wanted to play football together. We talked to our parents, and her parents said, yeah, you could try out. Not that girls playing football in my small-ass West Texas city, I don't think they would have even let us try out, honestly. But her parents said, yeah, you can try out if you want. My parents said, absolutely not. And I was like, ah.
Your parents said no?
They said no. I wanted to play so badly. Because I loved playing on the streets. I could keep up with the boys. I was super fast back then.
I guess. You want to be, a wide receiver?
One thing...
God damn, one tackle.
You sexist motherfuckers.
Well, you said you were really fast, so I'm like, did you want to be a wide receiver?
You laughed at it.
I never said anything about this.
As soon as you said that,
I'm laughing because you're like 2 pounds.
It sounded extremely condescending. When I was in junior high, sir, I could have kept up. Please. Those little junior high boys
I remember
are scrawny as
when
shit.
I was in junior high, I remember thinking that the football players were probably still pretty big.
Okay, please.
It was a Pee Wee league.
I'm not going to talk to y'all about this.
No.
Hey, for the record,
this is the reason we're having this discussion.
Okay,
you did not. That's fine.
Talk to Mike.
If my daughter wants to play football, I will tell her no. Sorry.
The first thing you come up with is a kicker. You know how I feel about kickers. I'm so pissed off at you right now.
Kickers are awesome.
I'm so pissed off at you right now, Jason.
Punter?
God.
Special teams.
No, we're not talking about sports anymore.
In Jason's defense, and nothing, Niche, please, I didn't say anything about this, but in Jason's defense,
I did.
There have been great
I need to take notes now.
careers in the NFL by kickers. They have long careers. They make lots of money.
They make way too much money.
They don't get hurt.
They don't get hurt. They can play into their 40s.
They also, the rest of the team towers above them.
And,
like when they're giving them like patting on the back, they're like patting them on the top of the the kickers are like 10 pounds.
I'm mad at you right now.
What? I said wide receiver.
I'm done.
No, I think that was a little too late when you said.
See, Mike
that was too late once you said kicker. It was done.
Okay.
And your facial expression and your laugh.
Ow!
Well,
did you hurt your hand?
The fact.
That's my left hand.
That movie that came out years ago called Necessary or Unnecessary Roughness.
Yeah, with Kathy Ireland.
And she played a kicker.
Yeah.
Why did she have to be a kicker? She was a soccer player, though, in the movie.
Oh.
So she became the kicker on the team.
You could be a quarterback because you used to throw, right?
Done talking to you about this, Jason. We're moving on. Get off of football.
All right.
But so if Niche was the opposite sex, she would try out for any position she wanted to.
Except kicker. Except kicker.
Well, no, I'm over it now. I don't want to play football. I have no desire to play football. That's what I wanted to do in junior high.
Well, I will say this. Once we get into some warmer months here, between our show breaks, I would like to go out and throw the football.
Toss the pigskin. You can kick it back to Mike.
I love playing catch.
No, let's do that.
Not throwing with Jason.
Maybe we'll have a.
He didn't hear what
maybe we'll get together.
No, because I started
kick it back to Mike.
I totally zoned that out. I stopped listening to what you said.
He'll throw it to you. You can punch it back to him.
I guess Nisha's kicking off.
You're an asshole.
It's true.
You're an asshole, and I'm never talking to you.
Wow. Maybe we'll have to arrange a celebrity got off topic flag football game.
We'll do it at a family business.
Celebrity got off topic.
Do it at a family business brewery.
You probably can't hear any of
That's
that whole
the only
thing
way to
because
get the
I was yelling
at
you and you were laughing too hard, and Mike was trying to butt in.
Mike was the mediator.
He was the mediator, and everything was just really loud, and it's probably all distorted.
He wasn't really mediating. He was like, no, I didn't say anything. He was more defending himself.
Make it look, I'm good.
It was all Jason.
I'm good. And yes, it was all.
It was all
Jason. It was all Jason.
Don't punch me.
But I'm also trying to say, hey, there's some good kickers that have had great careers in the NFL.
You just put a positive spin on my idea.
You know how I feel about kickers. I think they're the most worthless position in the NFL or in football in general. Okay, why are we talking about sports right now? God, the NFL. If you want to talk to me about anything, if you want to get me,
we were talking about your high school and middle school.
If you want to get me heated, you talk to me about the NFL, and I will rant your ear off. Not that I don't enjoy doing it. It just happens. I just despise the NFL.
First of all, I mean,
What is it about the NFL that you hate, though?
Well, that's for another episode.
kickers
It's
are
not a
a
quick
very
answer.
important part of the team.
No, it's not a quick answer. No, you don't have to have kickers.
Yes.
No, you don't.
This is what we call fuel on the fire.
Anyway, moving on. Are we done?
Wow, Neisha doesn't even want to continue. She's
No,
done.
Well, I don't know why. I don't know how I got to this point in my life. I honestly don't. But professional football pisses me off so hard. I will, Jason knows this guy. Way back when we used to work with him, Obi.
Oh, yeah.
I can say his name because I know for a fact he's not listening. He is a huge sports.
Yeah, he's always on Facebook talking about football.
Football and basketball are his games. Mm-hmm. So I used to always just to pick at him because I'm a baseball person. I grew up playing softball my entire life. I played baseball, I played softball all through high school and beyond. I would work with him when I was working with him. I would just bring up football's not a sport. It's like, why do you think football's a sport? And then he would tell me, I was like, football's not a sport. Have you ever tried playing baseball? And he would get so mad at me. It was actually the most fun I will say. In my old job.
Batting, being a baseball, hitting as a base, it's got to be the hardest thing to do. It's like the ball is so small, and the pitchers can throw it in so many different ways now.
Yeah,
it's insane. That's got to be the hardest
hitting
thing to do. They say that's the
huge skill.
The hugest skill, and that's the first thing to kind of fall off.
If you don't practice it regularly, you lose it.
You could tell a baseball player is kind of reaching their end when they kind of start to strike out more because they're not seeing the ball as well, and they can start getting tricked.
Lose
more.
That eyesight, as you would understand.
As far as kickers not being important, anybody who's familiar with our Instagram or our, they know I'm a fan of the University of Texas Longhorns. Right.
There are many sports at
the only national, the most volleyball. Recent national championship they've won in 2005 was decided by a field goal. Guess who kicked that? A kicker. Okay, a kicker.
It wasn't Vince Young.
But
it was not Vince Young. No, he did not kick that. No, which is surprising, but he did not kick that field goal. I'm just saying, the kickers are a little more important than you think.
Only because the rules state that there needs to be a kicker. But if you get rid of kickers altogether, because it's such a pointless position, and it's such a high-paid position for no reason,
out of line
you do not need
say that. That is kickerist.
You don't need a kicker. They don't do anything.
Just get rid of every.
You're a kickerist. You're an anti-kickerist.
That is out of line.
Okay, I can go into why I don't think there should be near as many players on a field as there are. What's 6-man football? Come on. Or 8-man, is that what it is? I don't even know what it is. No. And currently it's
there
11.
Is 6-man,
but there's
Texas,
6-man. Yeah. Well, there's 6-man in all small towns. Everywhere. Where my dad grew up in Southwest Minnesota, they had 6-man football. You don't need that many players.
But
they just get greedy. And the fact that you have 100 people on the sidelines just sitting there making thousands of dollars to just sit there,
isn't real football.
F the NFL. You will never convince me that it is worth the money that goes into this game.
And it's
this game. You would never.
Then that's up to people who watch it to stop watching it or to stop buying into it or to stop watching it.
Neisha wasn't ranting anymore, but here we are. The NFUL.
You know what? I don't even want to have a rant because Neisha has ranted on this whole show about football and kickers and.
I didn't know it.
This is one rant.
I was physically assaulted on this episode too.
I can't agree with you on this. I'm sorry. We normally see eye to eye on our rant.
Most people can't. I understand that I'm out of the norm with this rant.
I mean,
and that's why I don't bring it up often. I just keep it to myself.
It is pretty hard to kick a little football.
I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm just saying it's a useless position. And I'm not just ragging on kickers here. I'm ragging on the entire NFL league. And it's not just for the game. I think all professional
worthless.
I think all professional
long snapper.
The long snapper. You wouldn't need it if you didn't have a kicker.
No, you know how many less people would be on the team if you didn't have a kicker?
We'd be down to that 6, Neisha's golden 6 football team.
I don't care.
Would you watch it if it were just 6-man football?
Oh my God, no! I still would not watch it. Still, because I'm not a sports. I don't watch sport. I can go to a game.
You live it.
I obviously
watch
don't.
sports. I live it.
No, let me rephrase. I don't go to professional sporting events. I go to minor league sporting events. I like going, like, the St. Paul Saints. I've been to a lot of their games. I've been to Round Rock Express games. I've been to a couple other minor league games around town. I've been to professional women's sports I can get behind. I've been to the Minnesota Lynx games. I've been to the USAA professional softball games. I've been to them.
The United States Alcoholics Anonymous softball team.
Oh, if only we had a camera on us right now.
Yeah, this would be a good one to film. I have documentation
you're
of my
just trying to push my buttons.
I'm back with Neisha on this.
You're just trying to put. So, professional men's sports, I cannot get behind. Minor league, sure.
You should go watch the minor league hockey team.
I go to so many minor league hockey teams. I go to the Cedar Park, and I've been to the Odessa Jackalopes. I used to go there all the time growing up. That's close.
I'll agree with you. The minor leagues.
Minor league is where it's at.
Lesser, not the major, like NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA. The minor versions of those are a lot more fun to go because those guys are competing. They don't make a lot of money. They're trying to make
that's true. The Round Rock Express players make nothing, dude. It's
it's on. But most anybody on a minor league level has a second job. But if you're a woman's profession, that's true. But if you're a woman's professional, you have a second job. Men's professionals don't have second jobs. That's the biggest issue with it. Oh,
well, you know what?
Me on this rant right now.
I'm sorry,
I hate this topic. It gets me so riled up.
If you're going to have that, it all goes back to money. If they can't have sponsorships for, say, WNBA.
No, all these people, they don't need as much money as they're making. They don't need all those sponsorships. Of course they don't. Greedy assholes that are making way too much money.
But people are willing to spend it.
That's the problem as well.
Consumerism is the problem.
The thing is, though,
that's not the entire problem.
The owners that owns these NFL and NBA teams, they make God knows how much money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So really, you look at some of these players and what they get paid. Some players may get paid a lot, but it may not even be enough compared to what these owners make. I mean, they're making money off these people.
Oh no, for sure, and they don't really.
And it's all way too high. I'll give you that. Yeah. Because the people that get screwed in the end are the fans. They got to pay too much for tickets, or they got to pay too much.
Tickets
for
are
ridiculous. Well, they get screwed. They have to pay too much. They still do it.
Well, That's
the problem.
It, right?
The only way to fix that is to stop doing it, and the only way that the ticket prices are going to drop is if they stop doing it, and the organizations have no other choice but to drop prices. But nobody's going to stop doing it. That's the problem. And I'm just going to say, I refuse to go to a professional sporting event. I used to go to Twins games all the time growing up. We used to go to multiple games a summer growing up. All my summers were spent up in Minnesota. As soon as I got into college, I was like, no, I'm done. I will still go, but it turned into a moral thing for me. It's like I refuse to give my money towards these events. They don't need it. They don't deserve it. You're playing a game, and yes, I'm not taking away the practice. I'm not taking away all the time spent into growing your skill. I'm not taking that away. I played softball myself for 15, 20 years. I'm not taking that away. I know it takes work. I'm just saying you are grossly overcompensated when cops and firefighters and paramedics and teachers and military and so many more people deserve that money. You are playing a game for, I'm going to quote unquote this, 3 hours in football when you play the least out of any sport. Your actual ball moving time is by far less than any other sport in history, and you get paid the most. You get paid millions of dollars for 3 hours when you're actually running the ball.
That's
for,
true. They say
15 minutes?
Yeah. Yes, like they said, an actual football game is like 30 minutes long. And I will say, watching football on TV is infinitely more entertaining than actually going to watch a football game. Yeah. Baseball, on the other hand, I quite enjoy going to watch a baseball game because it's a very relaxed atmosphere.
Is completely different.
Everybody's kind of chill. You're just drinking beer and eating hot dogs.
And there's a lot of and baseball is the second less ball movement. They're the second least time limit. I have a little bit of drink. I can't form my words right now. But I still enjoy baseball games because first, the tickets are affordable.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Secondly, they entertain you between innings. They entertain you between even pitches. There's always something to do. They're actually entertaining you. I still do not want to go to an MLB game again. At least it's not anywhere in my radar right now. But it's just a huge moral thing for me that other people need.
Listen, I hear you. I agree. First responders,
sports.
cops.
I'll pay to go watch these teams play.
They do need to be paid more. I
agree with you. Teachers especially.
Absolutely, teachers. I witness that every day. My daughter being in kindergarten. Teachers need to make more money, and they need to get more.
Tire shop supervisors, underpaid.
Everybody.
Sure, that's true.
But that's just the nature of the business.
No, I understand it. I understand it. But I can choose to spend my money where I want to spend it.
And that's right. And you're right. If people decided to do that all at one time, then that would change. Yeah. But that's not going to change, unfortunately.
Not gonna change. Yeah. But it gives me plenty to rant about, as you just found out.
Okay. Well, now that we finished Neisha's rant corner.
For the past 30 minutes. I don't know if
we can go any further.
I don't even... Mike, do you even have a rant?
Not anymore.
I feel like we're all drained.
I feel if I say anything now, Neisha's going to attack me.
Only if you talk about how much you love men's sports.
There's a good table between you, though. Like, she can't just reach out and start punching you like she
I'm a non-violent person.
She could kick me, though.
I just...
She can kick me?
She can still kick you.
Except for all the times that it's punch station.
You just, attacked me physically. I need a therapist.
I don't know. Like, honestly, guys, I have no idea why that's such a strong subject for me. But just over the years...
I can't argue with that,
over the years, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. It's such a... I just can't.
Getting back onto the top, your boy Garoppolo.
Yes,
he just signed.
He's not my boy anymore. We traded him
not
away.
Anymore. But
he's a good quarterback.
You gave him away for nothing. By the way,
now he's the highest paid player in the NFL.
Just signed that. Highest paid.
$137 million
and $90 million guaranteed.
$90 million. Don't tell me this.
I will say there's a funny going with what you were talking about. How they're over it's too much money and all this stuff, and athletes are built up too much. The week before the Jacksonville game, Tom Brady got some stitches. He hit his hand and busted it open on his throwing hand, and so he got 12 stitches. He had to wear this thing. And after the game, everybody was making this huge deal out of it or whatever. Like, oh my God, he's so tough. He went out there and he played with stitches in his hand, and they were asking Bill Belichick, the coach of the Patriots, about it. Like, hey, just talk a little bit about how tough Tom is doing this stuff. And in true Bill Belichick fashion, he just looked at them and he's like, it's not like he had open heart surgery. He got some stitches in his hand. What's the big deal? I was like, yeah, there you go.
And he makes $20 million.
He makes $20 million a year.
He can.
Garoppolo got paid more for the Super Bowl than he did, and he got traded away.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Who?
Yeah, he still made a bunch of money.
Jimmy Garoppolo, the backup quarterback, who was traded to the 49ers, and because Tom Brady had restructured his contract a couple of years ago to free up cap space, he got paid less in the Super Bowl than Garoppolo did, who wasn't even on the team at the time.
And Garoppolo team wasn't even in the playoffs and made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny, is we say $20 million for Tom Brady. I don't even know if he makes that much. He keeps restructuring his contract.
He doesn't need the money. His wife makes $400 million a year or something ridiculous.
Wait, what does she do?
She's a supermodel.
Yeah.
Giselle.
Oh, to just stand there and look pretty? I could do that. Hey,
pretty
take a picture of me.
From the neck down.
That's fine.
Her face is terrible.
I would have to relook up a picture of her.
I miss Bridget Moynihan.
She was very pretty.
I liked her. Tom Brady's first... Well, I don't know if it's first, but it's more... When he was first
the mama was first.
Yeah, first baby mama. So I liked her. But yeah, Tom Brady is, he keeps restructuring his deal, but he's grossly overpaid. Underpaid.
I mean, she's all right, but...
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she's very pretty.
How do you pronounce that last name?
Bunchen.
Brady.
That was not how.
Brady.
That is not how.
No, Brady is Tom Bunchen.
Yeah, that's true.
Bunchen. I guess that is how I would pronounce it. Bunchen.
Yeah, she's all right. She's got a phenomenal figure, but her face is just.
It's all right.
It's all right. There's other.
She's not my type, is what I'm going to say.
There's other supermodels out there that I like more than her.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Who's your favorite supermodel of all time?
I like Adriana Lima.
You've always.
And I do like her.
Why
don't you show her to Neisha and see what Neisha thinks?
Yeah.
That kind of gauge my picks on what Neisha's reaction is.
That's a bad way to do it.
These are bad pictures. Let me find a good one.
Find a good one. Supposedly she was like a virgin forever, right?
I think so.
Wow.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I like Alessandra Ambrosio.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty cute.
Yeah.
I like her eyes.
I still like go to the old school, like Stephanie Seymour.
Oh, yeah.
Still my favorite of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kathy Ireland.
Yeah.
Okay, you're throwing out way too many names. I don't keep up with supermodels.
Well,
so.
you wouldn't be down with those. Kathy Ireland, though,
Kathy Ireland was so pretty.
She had that great cover on SI.
Yeah.
Those eyes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kathy Ireland's eyes were like that, real blue like that.
Mike, did you have a rant?
I mean, I don't know if I should probably save it, right?
Mike's
no, your rant was so good.
It took up half the episode.
It took up half the episode.
Yeah,
it was an unintentional...
Yeah, and I hate to say this because this is typically my jam, as the kids say, right?
I think they do.
Or they used to say.
Did when we
I'm
were...
just saying, don't talk to me about men's professional sports. I will
So, no, I'm going to skip my rant
forever.
for next time.
That's why I don't watch the Super Bowl.
Neisha's rant was an all-encompassing rant. That,
Professional sports.
Professional sports. Yes.
Vomit sound.
Good rant.
We love you, kickers.
It was hurtful, but
Two
it was
of us
good.
do. No, nobody cared about my rant. I just ranted for myself there. That's all.
No, please comment below. We want to know what you think about Neisha's rant because I'm sure
anybody? No, I feel
there's
like
a lot of people that agree.
Here we go.
I feel like other people don't think the way I think. I
think you're wrong.
I very rarely find people that think the same way that I do. Most people, I feel like, think the same way you two do. You're just like, well, it's what it is.
There's probably
People
more
are
of us,
willing
but
to
I
pay
think
for
there's
it.
a number
What
of
can you
people
do
that
about
think.
it?
Here's my position on it. I'll make it really short. Do I think players are overpaid? I do not think players are overpaid because I feel like the owners get so much money. Why should the owners get all the money when the players are out there risking their bodies and their
that is, to me, that is not a good comparison. Owners versus players. I think everybody as a whole, the reason owners get paid so much is because fans are willing to pay so much for shit.
You can't
Sponsors
blame.
are willing to pay into it. It's the whole. No, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm saying the whole system needs to crash and burn and fuck off out of my life, and I never need to hear about it again.
It would need to be
so
reset, but
it needs to be reset hard, just like American politics.
That's fair. It's fair. There'd be a lot less baseball or professional sports players if they weren't getting paid what they were getting paid. I'll tell you that.
That's fine. They
were getting paid what first responders were paying. I guarantee you they wouldn't be playing football.
They can go contribute to the society in more beneficial ways. They can become first responders.
Have you
they can
talked to any of these
teachers.
guys? They're not the sharpest tools in the shed.
I don't fucking care. It will change
most of them have not finished college.
the entire college system. It would change the entire college system.
You know, the market, as they say in the world,
and we're back on. We're back.
The market dictates all that.
Back on off topic.
If people are going to spend money on the team and the owners make that money, then the people making the owners money should get paid.
Neisha has a problem with capitalism.
They should get paid. They should not get paid that much. And I do have a problem with capitalism. Don't bring that up. That is another topic.
That's going to... our next topic. I'm going to define capitalism. And I was say, what do we have to think about capitalism?
That's a whole nother...
Comrade Neisha?
Okay.
Socialism.
All right. We got to wrap this up.
I'm going to put this in perspective real quick. If this show really hit it off and we had sponsors and we were pulling in $10,000 a month, okay?
Do you have a problem with that, Neisha?
And we were pulling $10,000 a month, but we are only going to pay each of us $100 a month. Well, that's bullshit. You know, we need to make at least...
No, I understand that. I understand where you're coming from, owners versus players. I get it. But what you're saying is not 100% realistic, because if we were only making $10,000 a month, we would...
I'll tell you this, I wouldn't be a tire shop supervisor if we were making $10,000
No. The three of us would probably only get like $2,000 a month, and then the other $2,000 would go back into building our brand.
And that's fine.
I'd make it work.
But even
I could live off of $2,000 a month.
You'd have people on another podcast starting out going like, "Them motherfuckers make $10,000 a month, and they're making $2,000 each. That's way too much."
That's not way too much. That's a normal living
that's
wage.
What we're
that's
saying,
a living wage. No, the difference between $2,000 a month and $1 million for 3 hours is the big difference. That's the difference. Nobody needs $1 million a month.
I'm in trouble.
Nobody needs. I'm like
you had to step into it, Mike. You were agreeing with her the entire time, and then you started going.
No, you will never be able to convince me otherwise on this topic. I will just tell you, it's not worth fighting because you will not change my mind on this topic.
It's all in how the market dictates.
I understand that.
Out.
I understand why it's where it's at. I'm just saying it's bullshit, and I'm not okay with it.
We can continue this on another podcast. I have 2 beers left, so I'm just saying. Like, you
We
want to
can
do
just go all night.
You want to do a mini podcast of just
Oh,
our
boy.
ranting? I got off topic.
Well, that was
capitalism and.
That was a good rant that I feel like Neisha's going to be reminding us.
Let's wrap
of
this
all the
episode
time.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight because of this.
All right, she's awake. Let's do another podcast.
That's
a
fine.
half-hour rant about capitalism.
I'm getting the
All
chart
right,
out.
This
everybody.
is why
We're
going to
wrap this episode up right now. Thanks for tuning in. It was a good episode. Went a little off the rails.
We're back getting off topic.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that wasn't even close to being on topic.
I don't even
I'm
know
sorry.
what we talk about.
Also-
Opposite
We
started
sex.
talking about
We
being the opposite gender.
sex. Yes.
We had
Also-
a quick little jaunt into being
I just
a
feel like
sports,
I
and then
need
Neisha
to.
went crazy.
God damn it, Jason!
Ow! Mike, film this for Instagram.
Also, I just feel
This
like I
is-
need to apologize for
if
yelling
I-
in people's ears for watching.
If
for
I
listening
film
to
this,
us.
this would be part of some movement we got to start. You got the Me Too on their side. We need some movement because she's physically abusing you right now.
She's hit me many times
please,
tonight.
Please, I'm tiny and it's with my left arm.
And I worked out
He can-
yesterday, so I'm really buff.
And he deserves it. That's the difference.
Well, you know.
Well,
you know.
no, hold on a minute now, Neisha. Let's wrap this
All right,
podcast
anyway,
up.
We're done. We're done.
We're done with this episode.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize for everything that just happened.
Thanks for tuning in. I don't even know how to end this.
Well, you know, thank you. You know,
Neisha, you end it.
I don't know. All right.
see, we love kickers.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Hopefully we didn't offend.
But we probably did. Follow us on Facebook.
And Instagram.
This was
Got Off Topic.
Oh,
Anal.
Joe.
Oops.